Hi guys, greetings.
Ciao a tutti, hi everyone. Um, I am Eduardo Comello and I am 16 years old and I'm here to present you Dance Talks. So, what is Dance Talks, you may ask? Dance Talks is a moment of sharing of opinions, we as a point, and we want to bring back to us hope and the true values of dance because we are going through really hard times, and we are facing bad situations, not only for ourselves but even for our friends, uh, our dears. I don't want to be too long in the presentation and everything, so I'm already showing you who is going to be with me tonight, who is going to share the love of dance, which is amazing. Is something that I cannot even explain what I feel because it's just too much. So first, we are going to introduce Ev. So I'm asking to my friend if she. Okay. Hi, Ev.
Hi, Edo. I always forget that you're 16. You look so much older and you seem so much older.
Yeah, I know. How are you, Ev?
I am very, very good. Thank you. And I'm really proud to be here and proud of this initiative. And I hope people are listening and will have a good time with us.
Yeah, hope so. So, can you just tell us something about yourself, something about your past? Yeah,
Absolutely. So my name is Eve Marie. I'm from Montreal in Canada, but I live in the Netherlands because I was a dancer with the Netherlands Dance Theatre 2 for 3 years, but I'm now a freelance dancer, still based in The Hague. So basically, as a freelance dancer, I'm self-employed and I just join different project-based companies, different projects, whether it's dance, theater, yeah, a bunch of different stuff. And I also get to teach and manage a lot of different initiatives and stuff. So that's a bit about me. I love caprese salad. Yeah. Also, a fun fact.
perfect. And for what I can say, is just she's a wonderful person. She helped me like a lot. She she's just wonderful. So if in any time in your life you get the chance to meet her, you're just going to meet a wonderful person. So yeah.
Thanks.
Let's keep on presenting the people, and
Yeah.
we're going with Renato. Hi, Renato.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Nice to be here.
Yeah,
Delighted to meet new colleagues. And congratulations for this great idea to put us together in this situation. You start very well. We have a problem. We have a situation. We have to face it and you have to win it. We have to win this war. So that's for me. Let's make a nice alliance together tonight and then face the enemy.
yeah. So first of all, I really want to thank you, Renato, because I really appreciate your presence here today. I yeah, you're like one of that person that okay, my life I want to be like him. So that's
Woo.
a lot for me. That's a lot for me, and yeah, just thank you. And yeah, tell us something about you.
How much time I have?
Ah,
No, I
or
mean, no, it was a little joke because I'm the oldest of the group, so I guess I have a longer story. But I tell you what I am today. I'm very proud to be, since January, director of the National Ballet in Ljubljana, so Slovenia National Ballet. And at the same time, I direct a season in Danza, Rovereto Trento Bolzano, and which I have a chance to support all types of groups, for the most contemporary and isolated to the most known company. And then my third activity, which I'm also very proud, is I direct a choreography center in Austria, and that support young talents, support and try to give an education to young choreographer, because as you know, there are no schools for choreography. You have to do something. It's an autodidact situation. And then there I can continue my work and research with people with special need. So I dedicate my time to inclusive dance. This is my activity at the moment, which bring me in 3 different countries at the same time. That's Slovenia, Italy, and Austria. That and in this situation, believe me, there is a lot to tell how we are running. I'm always interested in talents, and I think that the chance for me to keep alive in artistically and to have an inspiration is always to dedicate my work to young people. And more the year goes, more they're younger. I have the feeling. So I very pleased for your word. And my path as a dancer quickly was, I did a school in Cannes by Rosella Tower, and now directed by Paola Cantalupo, yeah, the Italian star. And then I moved to Basel with Hans Sperling, and then 10 years with Marcia in the Stuttgart Ballet. And there, where I start with this famous Nouvelle Gesellschaft, the chance to choreograph, and very quickly I moved from dancing to choreographing, and then my first direction in Vienna. So that was I do up to now direct 5 companies. So Vienna, the yes, the national company. So Vienna, the Athens National Ballet Company, and Bucharest National Ballet, and the Arena di Verona. So these are my 5th company. So I have a lot of things, a lot of story to tell, actually.
Renato, if I'm not wrong, we met each other in Bucharest while you were you were doing Romeo and
Oh
Juliet.
yes, Romeo and Juliet. Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was staging Romeo and Juliet for the company. I did in 2 years direction. I was there. 3 production, Radio Spring, and a Beethoven piano concerto number 5, and Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Mhm.
Beautiful company. Beautiful company.
So we were supposed to have a third professional, but today Christian won't be able to be here with us because he, lucky him, he's working. So yeah, better that he's working. Yeah. So he made us the pleasure to make a video, and now I'm going to share with you the video. So yeah.
Hi guys, greetings from Switzerland. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it tonight. I'm working, which is a wonderful thing to be back in the studio, but unfortunately I'm missing our opportunity for dance talks tonight. I'm very sorry, but I'm sure you're going to have a great time, and there's some wonderful speakers, and I'm sure you're going to share a lot of wonderful ideas and have a great time. And until I see you next time, I wish you to stay safe and stay positive and keep on dancing. Ciao, guys.
Christian is Christian. There's nothing else to say.
The world's best human.
Yeah, for real. Let's keep on going, and we are going to meet now a dear friend of mine. She is a very talented Italian girl, and let's meet Valentina.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Ciao.
First of all, I really want to thank you, Edo, for this amazing opportunity to share ideas, opinions, experiences. So, grazie. And yes, nice to be here.
Yeah, and Vale, tell us something about you. Yeah, what are you doing now? What you used to do? Something. Yeah.
So, I'm Valentina. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Bologna, from Italy. But right now, I'm attending the second year at CODART, University of the Arts. And yeah, I'm building my future in a way. So let's hope.
Yeah. Vale. We know each other since like
A lot of
long
years.
time ago.
Yeah. Wow.
For Yala, I wish the best for you because you deserve it. So yeah.
Same for you.
And yeah, we also had the problem because we were supposed to have 3 non-professional person, but Matteo also won't be able to be here with us because he had a last-minute problem. So yeah. But now we are introducing Mia. Mia, she's also a dear friend of mine. Yeah, hi Mia.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to see you all, and thank you for this invitation. Really, Eduardo, that's such a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank to you guys for real, because without you, this wouldn't be possible. So yeah, and Mia, we met in Israel last summer before college, before everything, and we had the opportunity to have an experience that for me changed my life.
Same for me. It totally changed my perspective, how I see dance. It opened my mind, really.
So last but not least, tell us something about you, Mia.
So my name is Mia, obviously. I'm 19. I'm from France. I did part of my training at the Regional Conservatoire of Paris, mostly in ballet. Then I went to Israel for the Kibbutz Contemporary Dance Company 5-month program, which was cut short because of Corona, of course. And now I'm a first-year student at Rambert School of Ballet and Contemporary Dance in London. And I'm so happy to be in that school, really. So glad.
Great school.
Wonderful.
So, first of all, I want to thank all the people that came here to watch us and to listen to us. And also, I want to say hi to Miriam, Mary Claire, Namdi, and everybody that is here. So yeah, you know, we are going through a pandemic, and also the humanity, how it is built up now. It's not the best to face a pandemic because now we have different habits, different way of thinking. Yes, because the world kept on growing, kept on changing, kept on being the world. So yeah, I would like to start this live from the book Letters to a Young Dancer from Maurice Béjart, because I really think that in this book you really can feel Maurice's words. So yeah, I want to start from the 6th chapter, which it goes like a poetry that he wrote to you, to a young dancer, to someone who loves dance, and it basically says that without living, you cannot dance. You must be first a human being, someone who had experiences, who knows how to interact with people, with the environment that is around you and everything, to be a great dancer. And that made me thinking that now we are stuck in our living rooms. And how can we keep on growing by a dance perspective if we don't live? And so here we are to talk about this. So, I would like to have first the opinion of Ev. So now I'm going to
pass it on to me.
Yeah.
Well, that's an icebreaker. Thank you for the introduction on the subject. I mean, there's so many things that could be said about the subject, but let me choose this approach. I remember when I didn't, so I was dancer with NDT2, and I didn't get a contract for NDT1, the main company. And I remember being on tour and meeting a woman at a drink, and she asked me, "So what are you going to do? Are you going in NDT2, in NDT1? And I said, "No, I didn't get the contract." And she said, "Good for you." I was like, really shocked by it. And I said, "Why are you saying that?" She's like, "This is the opportunity to reinvent yourself." And I carry that with me for a lot of things in my life. The capacity to reinvent yourself often is hard to remember. And I think in these times it's mandatory to remember, but also it's really the opportunity to do so because we're forced to do so, but often we can run out of time to make things differently, to live differently, to experience different things when you're on a roll. And I think it's important to try to find different ways to do things. So I think as people, it's Corona is the opportunity to reinvent ourselves as humans, as dancer. But I also hope for dance companies that it's also the possibilities to reinvent the way they do stuff. And I have great hopes that will be able to bring our art to a different level, worked in a different way. And talking about this makes me think as well that because has been place for more in the companies, I've also been observing that there's place for new discussions to arise as well. Discussions about the place of people of color, the place of people of gender equalities, non-binary, the place of gentrifications in companies. And I think the lack of being able to be on a roll and do things in a routine like how we do it also offers place to think and try to move forward in a different way. and I hope we sit down and actively choose our future and how we want to do that.
Go ahead, Renato.
No, I'm saying that there is a nice. It's very nice what you say. Actually, very nice, very correct. But there is something now we have that we usually don't have. We have time. You know, when we are now doing the lockdown, you go on the street and you see so many cars. You find a parking place everywhere. People is friendly. You can stay with caller on the phone for hours. You know, and then suddenly they stop the lockdown for one day. You go outside, it's full of car, people's running, and this, and you go back to what this normality that somehow we lost a little bit. So I totally agree that it's the time to intensify even this communication, that you really take out and grab things out from us, put it on and discuss. Of course, I am more in my activity now, they're more in the support in that, because I have to think about the security of my dancer, to keep them trained, to plan. We are programming now 22, 23 season, you know, so which is somehow a good way to go over, sorry, or to see the light at the end of a tunnel. Okay, but this is a very thing. What we have to be careful that once we start to have back to keep these values and to keep this time to talk and to share more. So I think the dance community never got so much together like in this period. There are no difference between classic, modern, and then, but there is something just about artists. And this is very good because the dance is the most divided art for all. So paintings, music, and other things, they have somehow you feel the community. I felt somehow, because when you follow in the classical direction, you're not liked by the contemporary or the heart from the free scenes, you know. And we are the establishment, we are the institution. Other one, they're just living with subvention. You know, there was something like that. But I see now, I support a lot contemporary dance, and I help them. I promote them, and somehow now they start to understand that we should think more in one way. We belong to art, and this time is very good to develop all those points, like you say.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, what you said, it makes sense, and is something that you can feel, that you feel. So yeah, I have here in the comments a question from Miriam, and she's asking, how is possible to survive with your body in chains without dancing and sharing experience in the dance class and on stage? What do you feel by now and felt since last March? If someone wants to share, I see Mia. Okay.
Yeah, so our lifestyle has changed drastically with these numerous numbers of lockdowns we've been through. And as students or like dance practitioners, we do not have access to studios or to usual training. And sometimes I hear people say, for 6 months or until this pandemic is over, I have to press the pause button on my life. And usually when we pronounce these kind of words, we expect a return to our life as it was before the pandemic. But I don't think that it will happen like that. Everybody will be affected mentally, physically, and financially. And I don't want to go back to this normality, because it's this normality that brought us to today's situation. So we have to act now, to take the time that is given and adapt. And so you were saying about how our body evolve being a dancer in this situation. And I think there is always a way you can improve in dance, whatever space you have, focusing more on core, stamina, or strength exercises or flexibility. And not only in terms, you can improve not only in terms of technicality, but also in terms of creativity. And Akram Khan said a really good sentence in one of his interviews, which was, "You can be limited in space, but not in internal freedom." And I found it very interesting and very true. And as you can see, as I can see, many dancers used lockdown as an opportunity to improvise, to go back to their feelings, to go back to be more focused on themselves, and then use these feelings to get more creativity out of it. And so that was a good thing, I think, about lockdown. Another thing is that lockdown was also an opportunity to take classes with people from all around the world, really. I had the opportunity to take or Narin workshops or Schechter or Wet Ostrich without leaving my living room. You discover other styles without moving, and this is really amazing. And I think that if this mess didn't happen, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have the possibility to do that. And so yeah, you can still work on your body in that situation.
But not for a long time. Not for a long time. Not for a long time.
Of course.
Because I have my dancers that have been training all the time, those months. They go to the ballet studio and they didn't manage to end class. We start to allegro in the center and they say we have to stop. So you see, I think that we have to be careful to share the things what mean for the spirit or the mind. So to be strong and to go over, and would really, because the question was about the body, your physical needs, and I'm a little bit. I agree totally with you. We should not go back to what they call normality. This is something that I absolutely agree with. But also, we should not start to find things, alternative things, to replace what we are. Okay, that's the thing. So we need. It's like now the show on streaming. Yeah, as it came a little bit the fashion for that. There was a lot of enthusiasm by the first one. Okay, now it's provocate the opposite reaction. Okay, we belong to live art. We belong to stage. We belong to studio. We belong to live music. Okay, this is what all the part. Of course, now my category is like that, and absolutely fantastic what's happened. That because all those workshops you say are made for people that actually they are in lockdown too. So which they are not so busy like we talked before with Evie. Now everybody has time to stay online and teach. It was fantastic. I hope we keep this afterwards. So there are positive things about this, but we should not think about that we substitute what we are or what we are. Our work is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Go, Vale.
So I totally agree with what you said, Mia, because I reflected a lot on this, because I was always used to move in big spaces and to relate my body with big spaces. And when I found myself in my little room in Italy, 2 meters per 3, having to do the dance classes on Zoom, at the beginning, this limitation was frustrating me. But then I discovered the freedom in the limitation. So I discovered my body a lot more, and I'm really glad. I'm really proud of this, because maybe without this situation, okay, now it's enough, but without this situation, I would not discover these things about me. And so I had to find a positive aspect in the negative situation. and this for me was really
Yeah.
inspiring. And
Yeah.
also now I'm giving a lot of values that I wasn't giving before. For instance, 2 days ago I was walking in the street, and I was watching strangers in the eyes, and it totally came in my mind, but what are they doing in their life? I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts now in and this is for me, this enriches me a lot as a person, as a human being. So
Yeah, for what I think, yeah, it's something that it's human, you know. We to keep ourselves up, to keep on fighting for what we want, for what we belong to, or maybe for what we feel that we belong to. We usually try to see the better instead the water, because then, yeah, what will be we doing here? Nothing if we do not stay positive and yeah, just keep on dreaming. Also dreaming, I feel like it's is the first thing that makes your future come true. Without dreaming, there's no future. And during these COVID times, I was dreaming all the time. I was just letting my imagination going, because otherwise I would like myself. So yeah. But now I have two questions. One from Cecilia, you know, and she asked, "How do you think dance will change next year if if hopefully the COVID situation will improve?" And I think it's a really good question, because yeah, we don't know anything about the future, and we cannot plan anything. But still, there are some opportunities that comes in our lives, and we got to be reactive to them, and we got to catch these opportunities. Otherwise, yeah, we stay in our living room. So, and I would like to have the opinion of Renato, because I mean, you direct a company, so I'm sure you will give us a general perspective. So, yeah.
Sure. I'm full into that, actually. Well, we are planning. Everybody's planning. We are all planning. We have a schedule. We start at 9, for example, the season or the season in danza. We have a schedule, and everything is not happening. It will be postponed. We are living now in Italy, for example, with what they call the DPCM. So we are living, you know, when you eat something and you go like this, like that. No, it's like that now. So they give you 2 weeks, and then come the next, and they give you 2 more weeks to wait, and 2 more weeks to, and it goes like that, and it goes like that. So it doesn't depend on us. I mean, what we are doing, we keep shaping things like that. But the activity which are supposed to happen, they have to be postponed, and we have to keep planning. Of course, company like mine, which we have a system with contract, the dancers are paid. Okay, now they're reduced to 80% of a salary. They are secure. What is the problem is with the company that they leave from those shows? For example, they do co-productions, and they have to go to the next festival. They get a little bit of money to the next. As the time they're dancing, they're producing the new. program. Yeah, this is very complicated and very frustrating, because I have many company canceling because this mosaic or this puzzle of working together internationally is not working. And this is the most hard and suffering part. That to keep train, to move, to do this, living and it's a track, a very important track of the dance. Professional world and planning, it's really frustrating because we are just standing by. Let's say 3 countries and working 3 different security measurement, different, just different. I understand why at the European level they could not at least find something for the artists, at least find a little bit, because we are a minority, because our budget are the small ones, so we are the one that's supposed to wait. So I'm very happy, going back to Mia, what to say, that we are all still producing and mentally trying to stay clear and focus, okay, till when we have the chance to open up. Okay, that's a little bit of the situation. So we have the two situations now, this 5 picture I see now, you see, and this is very nice, the conversation because of that. But we are so dependent now of decision of people that have no idea what our profession is, have no idea what we need, and no idea how short our career is. Because the politician career goes now, you don't have even a pension, man. They can go, especially in Italy. Look, our famous Mr. Berlusconi is over 80 and is still in the politics. So is it you say, but you have profession go between 10 and 15 years, then you start to have a little situation, you start to think about, I never have this reaction or feeling that we should have really be put on a special track systematically, because we have a rotation of creativity, a rotation of techniques moving up. Each time somebody stop dancing, go in the education or the formation, it brings something new to our art. We have a standing evolution, and so we should have really special treatment, really situation that give, for example, a united pension system in Europe that have from Holland till Italy, you have one decision. All the situations, sorry, I'm talking maybe too much like a professional now, but it's I go straight to the point. We don't have support. I hear Prime Minister that talking how it's important to open the museum again. I don't give a damn if the museum open, because museum you can see much more online, or it's that art. We are a live art, pulsing, sweating, okay, believing, moving, producing, exciting people, make people vibrating, okay, be politically involved, change history of art. We are artists, we are an alive things, and I'm missing totally in this pandemic, global wise, this situation, and that's to be sorry. So to tell you how to help you, whether they say 16, 19, 20, and professional teacher. So it is something that we have. We are just exactly the situation. You have a dream, okay, that I would like to give you, but the polity doesn't let me do that. Okay, that's a little bit. If I can divide in 3 words, it's like that. And if you tell me, yes, but we need to make a new pension reform and to send the people blah blah and no, we cannot take time in our art. Our art has to have dynamic, like what we do. Our profession is profession to do with dynamic of movement. So everything's around us should be on a special trap, and I stop.
Yeah. I really agree that it's super frustrating when we have to succumb to these decisions that are made by people who don't know anything about dance. Sorry, they know stuff in life, obviously. Sorry about that. But don't actually know what our art is and how it's practiced and lived and the impact it can have. I had the opportunity to be working at the Opera House in Stockholm in August, and the performance were happening, which is amazing, but only for 50 people. And so we built this whole show, and there was as many people on stage as in the audience. And we're in this huge opera house with 3 balconies. It feels like you're outside, and yet there's 50 little heads scattered there and there. And you're really asking yourself, did that person who decided come in this place look at the opera and see and for judge these rules? And I think it's also a lot of where the frustrations comes for artists that work in these theaters and companies, and especially for directors who are trying to get things going as well. It's I can understand the frustration that comes out of that. And I think one of the biggest thing is the lack of control that we're all experiencing on all spheres during this time.
Yeah,
it's
because,
really
for example, if you don't use the money that they give you to do a production, you have to give the money back. So we are forced. Okay, we are forced to produce, even for 50 people, which is the most frustrating thing you can imagine, like exactly you say. But if we don't do that, everything is not spent in that season. I have to go back. Okay, there are now situation now. We were trying to get company from the 20 to the 21 was a big issues, believe me, to find out who decide that this poor group of contemporary cost me €5,000. No, I don't tell you million. I'm talking about small amount of money. If we could use the budget and transfer the budget in the year 21, which is a sociological thing. Everybody at home will do that. Well, I don't spend in December, I spend in January. No, if you don't use, no, they have to give back. Is another budget. So this is the situation that I am facing in 3 different ways in 3 different countries. So it's very hard to follow this, and actually it's hard. No, it's nice to see this community grow, but on the other side, this thing not possibly do things. No, I cannot really active it because I have somebody over me that has somebody over him, and we are like that. This is the thing. So. Maybe the line online will save us somehow, but at least to build that community, like you said before.
Yeah. Honestly, chapeau to all the leaders out there who have to deal and make decisions and organize their troops for this, because it's hard to be a leader on normal basis, but during Corona, even more. If you allow me, I want to ask the girls how, because they're in school right now, and obviously audition season is probably like happening normally right now, and I want to know first how you feel about it, but what's your approach to finding work? Like I don't know how it is to be in school and trying to reach out to companies right now and trying to audition, so I'm curious to know how that's happening for you.
Well, for me, now I'm in the 2nd year, and the 3rd year should be the year of the auditions for the internship in the 4th year.
Yeah, okay.
So now I'm in a quite stable situation. Next year, it will be a bit different, but for now, I'm just really living the moment and try to absorb as much as I can, everything. And I cannot plan. I don't have to plan. So yeah, I'm trying to improve, and I'm improving as a person, as an artist, as a dancer, as everything. And this is everything I can do for now. I don't want to say I'm scared, but maybe yes, a bit I am. But maybe I'm still not facing the problem in a close way. So I just have to wait and see what will happen.
For me, it's quite the same. So I'm in 1st year, and I've got still 2 years left because it's a 3-year program. And so basically the 3rd year is the year of auditions. So yeah, I'm just building myself as a dancer, same as you, Valentina, trying to catch from everybody some knowledge. And of course, we can be a bit scared because for auditions in like 3 years or more, when we'll be able to do auditions, we'll have to face different people from 3 different years, because those from this year couldn't do auditions. The one who are like 1 year older than me won't be able to do auditions before we can get her to audition. And now, I mean, it will be like, there will be so many of us auditioning at the same time. So it will be a real challenge. Yeah. But at the same time, companies will look for dancers, and we'll see. We'll see.
We can't hear you, Edo.
Microphone.
For what I can say from my young age, I know I still have a lot of time, but still I feel like times are not going to get better. I'm sorry to say this, but I feel this way. And people, there will be like a natural selection and also an artistic selection. So just as Mia said that next year, for example, opera is going to have not just 1 year, like one class, 2020, 2021 class, but almost 3 years of people who are who want to audition. So just the grader are going to make it. And I feel also that in the future, companies or whatever, the professional world will care not only about your age, but for what you can really offer to the hard world. So yeah, basically we're going to have hard times. We are going to have to fight for our dreams. We're going to face so many people that want to have my place, and also the other people will think, okay, this person wants my place. I need to break him. So,
but this has happened already. This is happening already.
Yeah,
it's already very hard to get into a company. These situations already. I'm sorry for stopping you, but
no, don't worry. And also, my biggest wish is that all the time people would help the people, but it's not like that. When you find yourself struggling, when you find yourself having bad times, not everybody, of course, but most of the people don't care about you. They care if they are going to make it at the end of the day. So yeah, it's going to be a real rush, a marathon. Yeah, a marathon.
Yeah, imagine. Are you holding auditions, Renato? This year?
For the moment, no. In September, for sure. I have a lot of requests. I have a lot of requests of auditions, and
do you have more than usual?
Well, no. The situation that we're seeing, that I wanted to, is the fact that the system doesn't permit to have more dancers. Okay, because the pensionment is not working. So not in a negative way, just the system of the house, So there is in a big opera house, there is a situation where you have a dancer passing the age of they cannot dance everything, okay, and but still are employees. So you have to engage younger people to do their work, and this situation in some company is correctly done. You will get a contra or student contra or practicum contra or junior contra, something like that. But in other, you don't, and there are situations very, very difficult, like pay by performances with a very small amount of money. When I was director in Romania, I could not believe how little the dancers will pay and they were there just to have a job. They will accept that. Okay, and I have a very great respect for all those hundreds and thousands of small companies which they don't have a house, they don't have very few subventions. They manage to work and produce and give work to a lot of young people, but it's very much divided. So now we have plus Corona. Otherwise, we had the same situation without Corona. Okay, so the thing is that me and many others of my generations, directors, we are really trying to find solution for this. Now we have the time for that. You don't have the time for that. So we have to make it possible. But for me, would be the best. It would be a European regulation for that. The Holland is the best system, and Italy is the worst. Why is the worst? Because not because of the Italians. I know I won't be negative, but the fact that we have Caprese, we have the best situation in Italy. So with the pension, with the 42, or I think 42, 43, as is 1 or 2 years difference between men and women. But they decided to stop that because it's too expensive, because the opera needs so much money, and the system, maybe the orchestra too. So they start to decide to only have the dancer when they need them, to give them a little bit of bread to join those companies for the project. But they should not be employee more than 6 months, because if they work there more than 6 months, they might get the job permanent. All right? So it's actually a criminal act of our system, which has a system which not been used. Okay? But because we are in Italy, I guess everybody accepts this situation, So, and there is no, if you want to be a director, you cannot fight this. You can be a director in Italy, you have to accept that. You cannot fight against the decisions, okay? It's very sad. So my wish is, and we're working on that on a European level, to find at least one, take it from one country to the other, the possibility to find the best solution. But we're going to be always divided. We're going to be an opera house system, so an establishment system, and a free seat system. That's a situation that somehow it's like a snake that bites his tails, like that.
So now we are about to finish, and I'm sorry for those who in the comments asked any question, but knowing how much Renato talks, then we're going to get till the morning. No, joking.
That was a direct punch.
I really appreciate that. For real, I'm kidding.
I try to give some information.
No, of course. I have a last question, and I want to ask you, even if it is a really hard question, at least for me it is, what does dance mean to you?
Is that a difficult question?
For me,
everything. That's my answer. Everything. Next.
Yeah, that was great.
I was very short now. Being a dancer means everything to me. Mia?
I can't do without it. For me, it's everything too. To keep it very short, but it's a combination of expression of yourself, music, exercise, intellectual exercise, but also physical exercise. and that's just my life and what I want to do for my life for the rest of my life.
Vale.
Yeah, I don't want to be banal to say everything, but yeah, like personally, I feel myself completely myself while I'm dancing. So this is the way for me to describe dance.
Yeah, I mean, agree with everything, but also life is made to have fun, and I've had the most fun when I'm able to be with my people, do some improv jam, and then get to travel and do performances and across the world and just visit different cultures because of the art form that we have, and then just be able to share that with somebody else live, and just without having to talk about it, we can just share an emotion in the present moment, and that's just the most special thing. And I hope that people are missing that, and that then when the theaters open again, are just going to run back to live performances. I really hope so.
Definitely.
They
support us.
They will go
Support us
back.
in the way we should be supported. Yeah.
We're waiting for your answer, Edo.
My answer. Usually in my life, I feel awkward about myself. I feel like maybe it's an egocentric way of thinking, but it is what it is. And sometimes, all the time, I think, am I only the one that thinks this? And I usually feel like I'm the only one, like I'm alone. And when I'm dancing, it's not about only feeling myself, but feeling good with yourself. Like you are supposed to do what you are doing, and it just makes my heart burning. Like I really feel like physically my chest wow. So yeah, that is.
So it's not everything for you.
It's wow.
So guys, I think that's all for tonight, and I'm really grateful for you, to you, because I really estimate you as person and as artist. So that is like a really big opportunity to also know a little bit more of you. So yeah, that is cool all the time to discover more things about people, because then you'll get rich in your soul. And also, I really want to thank all the people that came to watch here, good old friends and new people, and everything. So yeah, that's all. That's
And we all keep in touch, eh?
of course.
Please.
We all keep in touch. Eh?
Absolutely. Also, I'm always available on Instagram if people want to talk about stuff, discuss, have questions. Please reach out. I love speaking to people. I love talking in general, like Renato.
I'll call you too when I'm down. Okay?
Absolutely.
I'll give you a ring.
Amazing. And thank you, Edo, for the initiative.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well
Thanks to you guys. Thanks to you.
We shall overcome. Show must go on, and this will be okay.
Absolutely.
And if we're gone,
Okay.
We have to be ready. We have to be ready. That's important.
And also, I want to thank my best friend that she's here to help me. Dai, vieni qua. Bene. This is the first time also for her and for me doing this, and it's something new, and we are so yeah, a lot. So
Thank you.
thank you, and okay, bye guys.